EMI and the Deep South. Welcome to another installment of Team Check. Tonight we're going to be talking about company culture, what it means, and a couple ways to build that. Now it's going to be a brief overview tonight with several installments to follow. So get your pens and paper ready. Let's take notes, because we know if you don't take notes, it's like eating spaghetti with a spoon. You get a lot on you, but not much in you. So the first part of building company culture is going to be camaraderie. Very hard word to pronounce. Something very good for your office. Pretty much means good fellowship. So in this study, we're going to discuss how can we create that good fellowship, how can we get that feeling, and what can we do, and what activities are there. And I challenge all of you all to reach out and study it yourself and bring some of it to the table. So the second C that we're going to be talking about is celebration, something that we often lack doing with our folks. We lack celebrating personal achievements. We lack celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. We lack celebrating a lot of stuff. Failures. We never celebrate failures. So we're going to talk about celebrations, ways to do celebrations, things to celebrate about. The next C we're going to talk about is going to be community. Community. That's something in 2013, and we've started towards this last quarter really reaching into the community a little bit more aggressively than ever before. The Deep South so far has been involved in some camp food drives as well as some toy drives. Thank you to all the team members and managers that organize that. We're going to continue that into 2013 because we know as we help others get what they want, we get what we want as well. The next C that we're going to be talking about is communication, okay? Communication is something that is pertinent for any successful business to have. And guys, don't forget, we have been on the list, Inc. 500 list, for the third year in a row for fastest privately owned growing company. So we have to get this key under, there's no doubt, with the distance that we send our payroll, communication is key to making sure that it runs smoothly. Thirdly, or another C, sorry, not thirdly, caring. Caring is the next C that we're going to be talking about in this series. We want to care about people in a totality of their lives, and that's what we're going to be discussing. How can we provide that environment and make those folks feel that we care about them, not for today, not for yesterday, not for tomorrow, but for the totality of their lives. Another C is going to be commitment to learning. There's a total of 8 of these guys. So commitment to learning. We're going to cover that. We're going to go into some books and tapes and CDs, and we're going to branch off of that one big time, because that one right there, books and tapes and CDs, will change your life. Go on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. Look up Eric Thomas, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Anthony Robbins. Who else is out there that you can look up? You just look up motivational speakers and find folks like me that have not even been found yet. Just look us up. And we're going to talk about different ways to get learning material out to your teams as well. Also, consistency, which is the key. Consistency is the key. The key. You don't want to be 500 this week and 100 next week. So we're going to talk about ways to maintain consistency. The last and final C that we're going to talk about is connecting. Connecting. We're going to talk about connecting with the folks around us, not only at work, but everywhere we go. As leaders, we have to connect. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about camaraderie, what it means, and then we will break into the other C's next week. That's the brief overview of what you're going to be learning about for the next few segments. So here we go. All right, so number one, camaraderie is the definition from Webster Merriam Dictionary, or Merriam-Webster Dictionary. You can say it however you want. Is a spirit of friendly good fellowship, okay? You can break that down farther for English as a second language students, and that would be a feeling of good friendship among people in a group, okay? Or if you want to look at the adolescent or child definition of that same word, it means good feeling existing between comrades. Now, there's one thing in common between all three of those definition, and that is the word good. So we know that we have to have a good feeling, even if we don't speak English, bueno, whatever, we have to have a good feeling in our office, correct? Okay. All right, great. So, moving on from that, what's the point? You know, with so much going on in our offices, why should we even take the time? With so little time that we have, why should we really impress upon our team the importance of this C, camaraderie. Why is this important? Okay, for you as a general manager, the very first thing is it's going to boost your morale. Okay, it's going to boost the morale. It's going to boost your confidence level in your office. Okay, so number one, when you boost morale, you boost confidence. There's another thing that comes with that. Number two, which is productivity. So you're going to see your $8,000 invoice double to a $16,000 invoice. You know, you're going to see that double to a $32,000 invoice just by getting this culture started in your office. Okay, a couple studies independently done have showed that employees that have high levels of camaraderie in their office operate well independently. Secondly, another study has shown that offices with high amounts of camaraderie perform better because they're surrounded by people they like. So it's a plus, not only for you, but also for the agent, because they're going to have more relationships, more people that they can come back to. Now, how are we going to do it? Now, there's a couple ways we're going to talk about. Number one, we're going to do periodic lunches at the office. That will be one of the first things that we do, and we already do that with 100% Day. We do pizza parties, but we're going to branch that out a little bit, and we're going to start celebrating folks' birthdays. We're going to start celebrating DMI anniversaries. We're going to start doing more things with the agents and building that camaraderie, because when you're having those pizza parties, it's not about eating the pizza, guys. It's about the time that these agents have down to speak to each other, get to know each other, to build relations and make emotional deposits with each other. That's what this is about. This is about the leaders being able to be with their whole team at the same time, which is very rarely possible unless you're in a sales meeting environment, a leadership summit environment. But in the field environment, you will not have that opportunity. So it really gives that amount of time just to allow you for your teammates to bond. All right, team projects or delegation. This is one of the main tasks: team projects, teamwork, delegation. Why? Number one, it's going to lighten your workload. Number two, it's going to encourage creativity, which is a whole nother C that we're going to talk about here in a little while, about creating the space, not on this segment, but on a future segment, creating the space that you have to have for creativity, because that is very important to any company culture, that we always have creativity going, because it keeps the blood fresh. It keeps us up to date. It keeps us evolving. It keeps us moving by being creative. We come out to be the first person that does something, not because a leader came up with the idea, but because of a brand new agent that came up with an idea and it worked. Okay? And it also allows the coworkers time to learn to work together, to get along, to see how this guy works, to build rapport. It's all about keeping your guys together, keeping them busy so they're not sitting around bored. Okay? A couple other examples that you can do with this: recruiting parties. We love to do those. It benefits the agents with a $200 bonus. Cleaning the office. Too many office managers are cleaning their office, which is the right mentality, but the wrong thing to do. The office has to stay clean, and your teammates should help you do it. And it should be a fun thing. You know, who thinks cleaning should be fun? DMI thinks it should be fun, because you know what? It's what we have to do, and we're going to do it as a team, and every time we operate as a team, we're having fun. Keep that mindset. Another thing, opportunity meetings, guys. You can allow your agents to come into opportunity meetings. Opportunity meetings led by agents will work. That's something that can be delegated. They have to learn it if they want to move into leadership anyways. So let these guys come in and build rapport. Spend one-on-one time. Mentor these folks, okay? Another way, third way that we're going to speak tonight about building camaraderie in your office is team sports. I know that's difficult to do with our schedule. However, Sundays is a great day to organize a kickball league or a softball league or whatever kind of league you want to do. It really doesn't matter. Just something to get folks together. And you can even expand that out to invite the community in. Use that as recruiting and networking events, which is very, very smart. Collapsing time frames. I would recommend that you all do that. Not only that, but it's also going to generate conversation in your offices. It's going to give bragging rights. It's going to build that feeling on the inside that we all desire. It's going to give it there. The camaraderie will be there. Excuse me. And a really great benefit from that as well is that families can connect. And as a husband in this industry, I know that allowing your spouse or significant other the ability to connect with another one to see how they're living and see if it's the same thing, and this is the adversities I've faced. Anyways, it's a whole nother level, which helps build the emotional deposits that we need as leaders. So we're going to talk about the one thing that we've really been hitting strong this year. I bet some of you have already guessed, but that's helping others. We have to help others. What do you mean by helping others? We help people all day. We change people's lives, Josh. Exactly, we do. We do change people's lives, and we're going to continue to do that, and we're going to branch out, and we're going to be goodwill ambassadors of the community, and DMI will become a household name. How are we going to do that? We're going to get with organizations like Habitat for Humanity, Red Cross, Susan G. Komen, local PBS stations, people that need our help, people that want our help, and we're going to get recognized, and we're going to reach out to the community, and we're going to help those guys, and our names will become household. But you got to get out there in the community, guys. You have to get rooted, because that is what it's all about. In the end, like we said earlier, as we help others get what they want, we always get what we want. So very, very important. Please make sure in 2013 you're leading from the front on getting out and leading your team in the field. And finally, let's talk about getting out of the office. Okay? You got to get your guys out of the office. What does that mean? Get them out of the office. We get them out of the office. They're only in the office for an hour and a half. Exactly. But what we want to see, and this creates the camaraderie that we're looking for, is do trivia nights, do poker nights, do bingo, do karaoke, do putt-putt golf. Get your guys out together. Get them all together, having fun, outside of work, outside of volunteering for the community, just relaxing, because you're building bonds, you're building rapport, you're building camaraderie, you're building brothers and sisters, you're building relationships, guys, and that's what we're looking for. Now, what I want you to do as we finalize this segment is, remember, as leaders in DMI, number one, we have to set the example. We have to lead from the front. If you can't do it, don't ask somebody else to do it, and if you've never done it, do it before you ask somebody to do it. That's the way you lead from the front. You don't ask somebody to stand in the rain if you're not willing to do it. And don't give your agents an excuse card. Don't let them see something. You do a behavior that you don't want them doing, because in this industry, it's not do as I say, guys. It's do as I do. Okay? Let's see here. Finally, provide training to establish the team building concept. You as a leader have to take responsibility to come up with that. We'll have segments on that for leaders specifically coming up shortly that you can view as leaders and go back to for ideas. Guys, I want a round table with this, so bring what you have to the table. Make sure that we're mentoring the agents that we're trying to develop to be our replacements in those markets. And make sure you're building job security with your current agents, because nothing builds a team like job security. How are you going to do that in a sales environment? You're going to cross-train people. You're going to give them more responsibilities, which will take more responsibilities off of you as an office sales manager or team leader, district sales manager, whatever position you are in the company. It will take some weight off of you. And eventually you're going to get to the position where you don't have a job to do in that office anymore. And when that happens, you're going to get a new market. So congratulations, you just doubled your income. Now that's the first C on the 8 C's of creating the company culture that we desire in this industry to produce the invoices that we're looking for. Right below me, my phone number will appear, guys. Feel free to contact me if you would like to find out any information on what I discussed tonight. Also, please post anything, comments, concerns, thank yous, goodbyes, anything you want underneath. Let's do a roundtable discussion. Come up with some good ideas, and let's get ready for the next C, which if you have that written down, you will know that it is going to be celebrations, which is the best part of our job as a leader. So, everybody, let's have a finish great 100% week out. It's December 8th. The Deep South is setting records that we've never hit before, guys. It's 300 this week, this Saturday. And guess what, guys? Last night, the Deep South together which was Monday night, did over 100 RGUs. So good job, everybody. Thanks for listening, and call me if you need me.